Hey, hello everyone. This is Jie ZHENG. I am a licensee of the real estate agent in South Carolina, and I'm also a realtor. And today I want to go through the document called the Exclusive Right to Buy Buyer Agency Contract with you. This is one document when you sign with us to become a client. So I will be your buyer agent. Now let's start. Title, first one is appointment of the broker. By this contract in this section is your name, buyer's name, and appoint broker in charge of which is the brokerage name. I represent Burris and Pressley Realty, so the name will be here. It just means we set up this agreement to become the your buyer agent for you. Second, buyer desires to purchase a real estate property, and we can choose the residential, usually in this case here, and general description usually is single family dwelling. Make price range, usually we are going to put the maximum price of your budget there. It could be 350,000 US dollar. And general location, usually we put a county there, like Richland County, Lexington County. We don't touch these two lines, we don't touch them. The 3-1 is the broker's duty. In the agency South Carolina disclosure of the agency relationship, I mentioned to you that the client level is going to have 6: obedience, loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accounting, and reasonable skill and care. So this paragraph is talking about that duty. Let's go through the fourth paragraph is buyer's duty. In A paragraph, it means you work exclusively with the broker and its affiliate licensee during the term of this agreement. We want to go together to show you the house, and you allow the broker or the salesperson, me, to identify the property for you. You allow me to negotiate for buyer and negotiate for you and to represent you. Also, I refer, you want, if someone contact you, other agent contact you, you let me know about that. And you hold harmless from the liability as a result of incomplete, inaccurate information provided to broker or by buyer or seller. Means if you or the seller provide us the wrong information or incomplete, you could not sue us. And you hold broker harmless from the liability as a result of the seller's failure to provide a complete seller's property disclosure. The seller usually is going to provide the property disclosure. If it's not complete or we don't know anything about that, you could not sue us. And the 6th one is talking about earnest money. If you handle the earnest money by someone other than our broker, you should indemnify against all claims, damages, losses, and expenses. B. Assist broker and its affiliate licensee in the process of identifying, negotiating, and contracting to purchase, lease, or otherwise acquire by. Like you want to provide us the financial information like you have the financial ability to purchase the house. And when it's time for us to go see the property, you need to be available to show up and meet with us. C, provide the broker and its affiliate licensee the following information. Like this is talking about the purpose of the agency. Go back to the number 2. This is the area you want to tell us what kind of house you're looking for in general, and what is the price range. And D is authorized buyer's attorney and the settlement agent to furnish the broker copies of the final settlement statement to a transaction prior to the closing date. Let's go to the number 5. 5 is the compensation for the broker. Usually we check about number C. We were talking about some percentage, and usually I'm going to put about 3% in many cases, but commission is always negotiable. If within 60 days after expiration of the contract, buyer purchase or lease any property which broker has negotiated during the term of the contract, buyer will pay the broker the brokerage fee stated above. It means that if I show you the house and the contract is over, agreement is over, but within the 60 days you go ahead and turn around and go buy the house, you still own us the commission. And this broker should use his best effort to obtain payment of the brokerage fee out of the transaction. In many cases, that usually is the selling agent is going to put a total brokerage fee there and split with the buyer agent. And we try to get from that. If anything different, it will be out of your buyer's pocket. For example, if I say it's 3% here of the fee, but the selling agent only pay about 1-2%, then the balance about 2 or 1% is going to pay by the buyer. Number 6 is talking about the period, the validity of the agency agreement. It could be half a year, it could be 1 year. So it's from daylight from today, and then May, June, July, August, November, no, August. It's just maybe 6 months, and you can put the day there. Number 7, the first one is the disclosure, South Carolina disclosure of the relationship, brokerage relationship, which we talk in another video. So I explain to you about the relationship, then you initial your name here. And the next paragraph here, we are talking about the dual agent and designated agent. Like you permit to for us to act as the dual agent, or you don't allow it. And once you allow the dual agency, you accept that designated agency is acceptable. And whatever you agree, you kind of put your initial here. 8, talking about other potential buyers. So this paragraph is to tell you to understand that usually we don't just present one buyer. It's reasonable for you to think we are not going to survive or just represent one buyer. And suppose that buyer wants to buy the same house, it should be okay with you. It's just about different offer, which one put and which one has more competitive offer. And now on every page down part, you are going to sign your initial here. we are going to assign the initial here from my broker in charge. And don't worry about this at this moment. We are going to send you the form, and you will know about where to sign. I'm just going through this document with you quickly. Number 9, we are talking about indemnification of the broker. It means you want to promise to disclose to us that whether you have signed any agency agreement with any other broker. Usually, before you become the client, we are going to ask you, do you have any brokerage or agent to represent you? If not, we can go ahead and sign this document. Because you don't want to sign double, because otherwise you're going to pay double commission. This is not what you're going to do, right? If you fail to tell us about the other brokerage and cause anything damage, you need to pay 2 commission for both brokerage. You have to pay the losses and damages. Number 10, disclose a buyer's identity confidentiality. You can choose does or does not. Usually it does have the buyer's permission to disclose buyer's identity to all property owners and other third party. Basically, it's just about, we know about who is the buyer, the seller know who is the buyer, just about the name. It's not about disclose your bank information, so don't think about that way. 11, it talk about different liability limitation. Basically is, if we don't know it, you cannot sue us. Number 12, non-discrimination. So non-discrimination is quite important as a realtor or agent. We agree that all action carried out under this contract shall be in full compliance with the local, state, and federal fair housing laws against discrimination on the basis of race, creed, color, religion, national origin, sex, familial status, marital status, age, or disabilities. 13, talking about professional counsel. As a realtor, we have the knowledge regarding about the real estate. If you want to ask about the tax or the law that the attorney can answer, or you want to know about how much the value, you want to go to the professional service, you talk to the lender, survey, engineer, inspection. When we don't know, we will tell you we don't know, and you can seek the professional service to other professional. Number 14, we're talking about mediation clause. So because real estate has the commission, National Association of Realtors. So if any disputes, we go there first, try to mediate. And the mediation clause will survive for about 100 days after the day of the closing. Number 15 is sex offender criminal information. We as a broker, brokerage broker, agent, we are not responsible for obtaining or disclosing the information about the sex offender. While you can go to the local sheriff to check about the sex offender registry, if you want to know about that information, see about the last paragraph, contact the local county sheriff or other appropriate law enforcement officials. This is number 15. Number 16, talking about the entire bonding agreement. This written instrument including additional item conditions set forth. On the reverse, express the entire agreement and all promise, covenants, warranties between the buyer and the broker. It could, if you have anything that you want to change something, then we are talking about addendum. We can put extra documents there to do something. Number 17 is contingencies. I'll give you one example. Like if you have one house to sell, but you also want to buy, and you can put it like, I want to have my house sold, closed before I purchase this house. While I want to remind you is try to make it simple. Don't put too much contingency in this documents. It's not going to, it's kind of, you know, the life, the simple, the better. 18 is about the signature. We can send you the document by fax, by electronic means. And usually we send you by electronic and e-signature. And I will put the documents on the computer and send you by signature. In that case, when you go open the email, you're going to just click your name and put the e-signature there. This is a kind of disclaimer. This is a legal binding agreement. Buyer shall seek further assistance if the contents are not understood. Buyer and broker acknowledge receipt of copy of this agreement and copy of the South Carolina disclosure of the relationship, brokerage relationship form. And buyer agrees to receive communication from the broker at the email address, phone, or fax number listed up below. And you're going to sign your name here, buyer, and the day, your email phone. Buyer address there, and brokerage, we are going to put our brokerage name there, and my broker in charge is going to sign here, and after that will be my signature. So this is about this document. And thank you for watching. If you want to have this document, send me the email, call me by phone, we can do that. Click some link in some corner. You can have some link to have those documents, and call me anytime if you have any questions. I would love to serve you for your real estate need. And thanks for watching.